Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tony X Tony, and don't forget the eggs. So first of all, thank you all for stopping by the channel. You all already know I appreciate y'all every single time you come back. If you're new, hey, welcome. Don't forget the eggs. You already know that's the whole thing around here. Also, I don't like Superman that much. I think he a corny character. So I've watched these death battles before, and I've watched Goku versus Superman. I don't know how many times they've done it, but this was 5 months ago. I know I watched one like a dumb long time ago. I think this is at least the third, if I'm not gonna lie to you, because I feel like they did the one originally based off of like the original Goku and all that kind of stuff. Then there was one where like Super Saiyan God got introduced or something, maybe. I don't know if I watched that one, honestly, because like, bro, they're always gonna make Superman win. So like, and I don't really care for Superman like that. I think he's just a broken character for absolutely no reason. Which, you know, it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, because so is Goku. But anyway, let's get into this. I don't know who's gonna win this. I will say though, over the years, their animation has gotten outstanding.
Son Goku, Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all three, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
He's with my boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Chances are, if you've watched some localized anime, you can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but trained. Gohan began Goku's teachings in martial arts, which he would find to be his true calling under the guidance of Master Roshi. Specifically, he learned the Kame-sen and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication can beat raw talent. Within just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up, stronger than before.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha!
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating
Why do I feel like I'm watching
So
this all
challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his feet.
But unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landbind, and God Bind require a lot more strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping you in a rice cooker.
Well, pretty much any container could be used for the Moth of a Ceiling technique.
Then there's Kaioken, aka Instant Steroids. Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in a movie, he even got it up to times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time. Unlike Instant Transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time stands still. Yes, according to the Daisenshu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah! If there's any scene that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs?
Wait, what? It
They're
can do
missing
that?
out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the
think
greatest
I've
of
ever seen it do
deities,
that.
nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went berserk.
Videl commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daizenshuu backs are up.
And, that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our own observable universe.
And
Wow.
Goku could destroy
crazy.
that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats with God Ki,
Bro,
breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient
Greater
Time
power
Lord,
is
defeating
level
Jiren,
Dragon
who
Ball
shook the
counters
entire
space-time.
world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the
All right.
destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form, Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku isn't a normal transformation, it's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts, subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone. Doing without thinking.
Something Goku has always been trained to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, Autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body can't.
That sounds really intense.
It is, which is why he's
That's
developed
crazy.
incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes,
Okay.
aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically a different continuity,
Is that what it
CC
is?
Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku
R.I.P.
used instant transmission to
R.I.P.
teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could see the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come,
It
how
is.
much he's had to face,
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head-on and pushes through.
showing everyone, everywhere, how to go even further beyond.
Bro, they over here glazing them just to like make it disappointing.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
Geez, just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El
Like in
was
his
sent to
groovy
Earth by his
music.
parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark Kent, he eventually became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout. And he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story is one of a refugee, a child who lost his home, left to the mercy of alien people. This new world accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why he became a superhero, the first superhero.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally. It took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah,
like
he's gonna win. I'm telling you.
So powerful he can squeeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his X-ray vision doesn't just see through walls. He can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see through lead. That's okay though, he can just burn through it with his face. Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory, or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time, or when he gained 10 years worth of medical training through only 5 minutes of reading and then successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North Dakota. For more,
even beyond his powers, Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's trained in Kryptonian martial arts, which uses Chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased
I'm bored
from
listening
existence,
to this. He's just like a guy, man. That's it.
Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not
Superman
because
is
of his
broken.
powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve
He's the first
around
superhero,
him.
so he
But let's
deserves
address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman and DC Comics as a whole have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right?
Yeah,
well,
it would.
they all are.
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. I
can
guess
do that.
he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman.
Dinosaur
There's a
Superman?
bunch.
Still, this
I didn't know
new
about that
canon
one.
has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him.
Oh.
He really just said that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light years, but we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius must be over 50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Supes helped make that happen. happen?
Well, about 1/5 of it.
Can we
That's
stop
still
making
immense
Goku and
power,
Superman
but if
fight,
you want
bro?
something
I'm
bigger,
tired of
here's
this.
the
It don't make no
Anti-Monitor
sense.
blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman, you know.
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman does
another
have
one of those
weaknesses.
reboots.
There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once.
Oh.
He has been able to move planets around while under a red star. So...
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before, even Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy of them all, but there is nuance to being good. Even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger,
Darkseid.
one of the most powerful reality
that's Darkseid.
shapers in all of creation.
Who was in the 6th dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape. Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
All right, the
y'all.
buttons are set. We've run the data
That
through
was
all
wild.
possibilities.
It's time for
Dude's
a
gonna.
death
He's just so broken. It's
battle!
stupid, man. Like, god damn. What can he not do? Is basically the question. All right, but this is gonna be cool. I want to see the animation mostly. Okay,
Today's
this
the
was.
day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
Yeah, like. They're good friends because they fought so many times apparently. Like, why are they talking to each other like this? I wanna see them bloodlusty. Yeah, these little body blows.
Give it your all.
These little body blows don't mean nothing to them.
No regrets.
I'm doing just fine.
Of course you are. If they can punch and break universes, why don't they ever do it? I always wonder that. Oh, 1-inch punch. Watch, you're about to do some fuckery where Superman ends up getting
Well, I guess we can wish it
instant
back
transmission
later.
somewhere else or something, then comes back instantly.
All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Did he punch him into a different... Bro. He's a menace, dog. Like... They're trying to make this interesting, and he's tossing. Poor Goku,
Well,
bro.
what do you think?
That was awesome. Nice suit.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
Yeah, but this only gonna last so long. Superman's base form seems like it counters all this. If I was Goku, I'd accidentally be punching the whole universe. I'm sorry, everybody going down with me. I'm not dying alone. Yeah, while this is happening though, I'm sure you give good old Supes the beats. There he goes. Going across the whole universe. Like
Finally.
don't think all that like I forgot what they call that version. He's literally God tier though. Like there we go. Let's punch this universe in half. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't know that was gonna happen, but that's tight. You're in heaven, Goku. You're dead.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ah, darn it.
Almost happy there.
No, you didn't.
That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Look, bro.
Let's go again.
You're on.
There is no version of Goku that's ever going to be able to beat Superman. It's just not gonna happen.
The final, indisputable answer.
And you know what? I don't even want to hear their answer. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you want to go watch that, just go do it yourself because it's just obvious. Superman and Goku just don't need to be fighting each other. Like, you know, there's those imaginations, those imaginary things that we all want to see. This just isn't one of them for me personally. I know, like, after the first time of seeing them fight and they explained exactly like just how broken Goku really is, I mean not Goku, Superman really is, like to say that he's just unimaginably broken is not the word. He would have to fight somebody just on a whole different, they would have to be in a imagination kind of bending character. Like Goku, he exceeds like anything that we could think of most anime characters doing. But he's not even the strongest anime character, to be honest with you. Goku's not. Superman's not the strongest like comic book character either, just to be fair. There's like some that are just absolutely broken. But if we're gonna be real, I think that the ceiling of Superman and a lot of the comic book characters is just kind of outrageous half the time. It's like they be doing some dumb stuff. I just be like, yo, there's a guy that like sits at the end of the timeline and just like watches it. Like, bro, what are you doing? How was there end of the timeline? Like, and how are you just sitting at it? And I know that's not Goku, but I'm just saying like there's people out here that do unreal things that like Goku can never do. And I don't care how much hacks you try to give him. I don't care how many different versions of Ultra Instincts he has. I don't care if he uses Ultra Instinct the whole fight. It's just not gonna matter. And it's just one of those things. And that's okay. Like, I've come to terms with it after watching the first one, which is why I never really watched any of the other ones until now. And that's only because I watched the Goku versus Superman rap battle, which, by the way, go check that video. It was turned. And this isn't even a rant. This is just me just like being realistic about this whole situation. At the end of this video, they're probably just gonna explain why Goku can never beat him, because like they probably have 1,000 good points on why Goku can just never beat him. It's just not possible. But anyway, let's go to the comments. Let's see what people got to say. I don't care who you're a fan of, but Supes and Goku would 100% be friends and train together if they were in the Sumo universe. Yeah, I agree with that. And also RIP to Akira Toriyama. Thank you so much for creating one of the most iconic manga and anime of all time. Facts, couldn't agree more. Toriyama and Jerry Segal chilling in heaven looking at the countless lives they inspired. Now that's what I can take from this, bro. Like, if we're gonna talk about the impact that these characters have had on our lives, that's a whole different conversation that I'm willing to take part in, because like Goku and Superman really did change the way that I view everything. I'm a nerd, bro. Like I'm a cool nerd. Like there's a whole bunch of people like me out here that I could go back to my friends and stuff like that in the hood right now and I'll be good. But also, those same friends in the hood, if I tell them about Goku or Superman, they're all gonna know who I'm talking about, like all of us. And I can show them this video right here, and they might disagree because, you know, who doesn't want Goku to win? But at the same time, it's just one of them wild things where it's like, these things have really influenced and helped to transcend everything. And when RIP Toriyama, but whenever he passed away, it just showed, like, I didn't even know that the culture that was impacted in the way that it was by Dragon Ball until I started seeing like how much Dragon Ball affected like Hispanic people and stuff like that. I had no idea that Hispanic people was as into Dragon Ball as they was until I was on TikTok and seeing all their contributions to saying goodbye and stuff like that. And it's just amazing to see just like how impactful these characters are. So if I'm gonna take anything from this, it's just gonna be that Goku can't beat Superman, first of all. And second of all, it's gonna be thank you to these characters for existing, because they helped our imaginations to grow. Like, who wasn't outside trying to pretend that we was all power enough and trying to like get to Super Saiyan and all that kind of stuff? Those are the things that I'll be thinking about. But yeah, thank y'all for stopping by. Like, it really means the world to me. Y'all keep me going. And although I really wanted Goku to win, I like deep down inside, I'm happy with this, because if they would have made Superman lose just to make Superman lose, I'd have been salty too. Like, they did what they had to do, and they did what was right. Like, that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. But yeah, that's a cool video. Like, great animation, good explanations. Death Battle, just, they do an amazing job. So they deserve all the credit and stuff that they get and all the views that they get, because they really do an amazing job. And they've come so far since I first started watching them, whenever it was in like 8-bit or whatever it was. But anyway, peace out, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget the eggs.